want to get to another open panel discussion.
Matthew Rosencrans, the lead for NOAA's seasonal hurricane outlook, as well as working with the Climate Prediction Center, joins us. We also have Fox Weather hurricane specialist Bryan Norcross. They are both with us this morning. Matthew and Bryan, great to see both of you again. And Matthew, I do wonder if that NOAA hurricane outlook is going to change with what El Niño's doing. I'm not going to ask you because I know that that'll come eventually. But what I do want to hear from you this morning, and Bryan, you as well, but Matthew, start with you. Thoughts on this recent diagnostic discussion that was put out by you guys at the Climate Prediction Center?
Yeah, my colleagues here did a really full analysis, right? We've got that 81% chance of actually being in a very strong El Nino in October, November, December. So and the values that are associated behind that put us, in the realm of 97 and 2015 as well. So, more of that kind of seeing that very strong El Nino likely for this fall and winter.
Bryan, you can't get more confident than that. I mean, almost 100%.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's any question that a strong El Nino, a very strong El Nino, what colloquially we call a super El Nino, is coming on. Matt, I know a lot more about hurricanes than I do about El Nino forecasting, and I'm wondering to what degree you rely on the models, to what degree do you rely on just analysis of what's going on in the Pacific Ocean to come up with the percentages that you attach to the forecasts?
So the statistical tools that run off of the observed conditions in the Pacific, and then the modeling that we run, right? They all get mixed in basically equally when we do the final outlook for the seasonal hurricane outlook. We have the NMME that goes into the hurricane outlook, plus all the other models, about 200 model runs on that, right? But observations is only one, so it's weighted a little bit less just because of that. But they all go in together.
Matthew, has there been an outlook, a diagnostic discussion that you guys have issued before off the top of your head? I mean, I don't expect you to remember all of them, that has been this confident? Because there has been a lot of chatter about this being historically strong.
I mean, you'd have to go back to 2015, 2016 when you saw anomalies of this size so early and with such such low model spread. And when we look at all the statistics of it, right, there's almost nowhere else for it to go but up. There's such a deep well of warm water below the surface in the Pacific. There's kind of nothing to disrupt this at this point.
So impacts are always the topic of discussions, right? And we have had a couple of questions from people at home. We were talking yesterday, someone from Rochester, her name's Courtney, she asked, how does El Nino affect the Rocky Mountain snow conditions, as well as the amount of precipitation and snow in California and the Sierra Nevada? It's a significant question. I don't know, Matt, if you want to tackle that. With the fact that this is going to be historically strong, does that give us more confidence about what the West might experience, maybe in California specifically, for the fall and winter?
Yeah. So the strongest signals are across Southern California into the Four Corners region for more than normal precipitation. And then you have kind of a counterpart where you have less than normal precipitation kind of from Salt Lake City northward up to, the Canadian border. Those are kind of the strongest signals we have. So you'd have less snowpack to the north, but potentially some, more beneficial snowpack, Flagstaff, New Mexico, northern New Mexico, those regions there.
And kind of keeping it to that, Matthew, when you look at the outlook when it comes to the influence of a strong El Nino, you tend to get stronger signals also out of Florida. So I want to bring you that next question because it comes out of the Sunshine State. This next question is from Lori in Lakeland, and Lori wanted to know how the El Nino pattern will impact Florida, particularly as we get into winter.
Yeah, so those are the highest odds for where you see shifts in precipitation patterns that are directly associated with El Nino. We have greater than 60% chance for above normal precipitation, kind of across the Big Bend of Florida up to the east coast of the Carolinas. And when we look back over 50, 60, 70 years of data, that's where the largest kind of swings are.
Bryan, whenever we were asking for questions, there were a lot of tropics-based questions. A guy from New York, his name's Tyler, He was wondering about the eastern seaboard, the East Coast, and he's asking about Super El Nino affecting Long Island snow amounts and temperatures in the winter. I'm asking you because you know how it goes. Sometimes as we head deeper into fall and winter, we can get these extratropical cyclones that form. Is there any research surrounding late fall, toward the end of hurricane season, systems that can actually tap into some of that cold air during these more robust El Nino years?
Well, what the El Nino does is it enhances, as Matt was talking about, the jet stream across the southern United States. So the storm track really moves far south in a very west to east kind of way. That's why it affects Southern California, it affects the Southern Rockies, it affects North Florida and the Southeast in the most dramatic kind of way. So it also has the effect of tending to, just statistically, deflect storms, coastal storms or hurricanes, tropical systems, farther offshore. So they tend to, the word is recurve to the north before they get to the United States more often in an El Nino year than in a La Nina year or a non-El Nino year. So that combination, I'm going to let Matt discuss the actual statistics on it, but that combination of weather patterns would tend to tell me that the effect on Long Island or the Northeast would not be enhancing by this kind of an El Nino pattern.
Yeah, do you agree, Matt? I mean, is Long Island going to have a lot of snow this winter?
It does tend to have a stormier pattern further into the winter, less related to the tropics, right? So there's really isn't that connection, as Bryan was saying. It's those are more shunted out to sea, recurvers. But then as you get later into that winter, that December, January, February, you can get some of those winter storms. But is it snow? Is it rain? Specifically with each storm, that's much closer to the event. We'll have to look at that.
Yeah, that's helpful. That's great insight there.
Yeah, no. Oh, go ahead.
So, Matt, with the jet stream farther south, doesn't that actually bring the cold air kind of farther south because it makes the south cooler on average in this El Nino pattern?
It does. You get that while it's, you said it's before, right? You get the storm track across the south. You also get the cooler temperatures across the south. And you can actually lead to some more heavy snows in the central Appalachians. But this is like east of the Appalachians out to the coastal plains. So that's where you'll have your snow. And then sometimes they do make it up into the Northeast for those storms.
Yeah, I think it's interesting too, Matt, because when you read and you put this in your discussions when it comes through the update, when it comes in regards to the diagnostic discussion. And we ask you these questions from viewers because they want to know how in particular they will be impacted in their location. But as you remind us all, even the strongest El Nino events do not lead to the typical impact everywhere, but stronger events can more significantly tilt the odds in favor of expected outcomes. So that feels like the but in the forecast, if you know what I mean here. But I think, generally speaking, we can really give people an idea of what we could see unfold as we get into fall and winter. That being said, the next question is out of the Southwest. This next question is from Mesa, Arizona. I believe this is Chaz. And Chaz wanting to know, when will Phoenix, Arizona get monsoons? We're in July. It has been dry. Last year was dry. Bring on the monsoons.
Yeah, having formerly lived in the Southwest, when those rainy days were fantastic, when it would finally break some of that heat. So we are looking at a forecast for an above normal monsoon, especially as you get July and August. It is likely to be a little bit more centered to the east, though, towards New Mexico. One thing I do want to bring up, though, is during El Nino years, you can get more activity in the eastern Pacific, and that can have more rains that move into the Southwest as the remnants of those hurricanes move into the Southwest. And that is more likely September, mid-September and later. So those flash flood threat can really come up later in the season, kind of out of the months when you maybe are thinking about it.
Do you reference like a Hurricane Hillary in this respect, Matt? Because Hillary forming during that El Nino season, I remember, Bryan, we were covering this thing. It was quite impressive to see.
Yeah, I mean, when I look back on all of the storms that have come and touched the Southwest U.S., right? Like there's been a tropical storm within 100 miles of California. There's about an even number of them during El Nino and La Nina events, but during the El Nino events, they actually can maintain their tropical characteristics much further north and keep more moisture with them. So while you don't necessarily see a difference in numbers of storms, you will see rainfall rates and flash flooding rates go up with those storms that come at you in an El Nino year.
I think this is something we talked about yesterday. Bryan, this is something we did discuss yesterday, was that activity in the Eastern Pacific. And I know we're out of time, but I wanted to give you a quick second if you wanted to add anything in regards to that or in regards to where we stand here with El Nino.
Yeah, I think that an additional point, Matt, is we have not just the El Nino, we have this extreme warm pool of water off of Africa and anomalously warm all the way up to San Francisco. So anything that moves north is going to be over warmer water. That means more moisture in the atmosphere. That means potentially more moisture transported north. So if we get systems that come into the Southwest, they're going to be extra moist this season.
All right, and we'll be here for every moment. Awaiting also that next diagnostic discussion in regards to where we stand with El Nino. That'll come up next month in August, and we'll be here for that.
Pencil us in if you have time, Matt.
Yeah, actually, let's just book it now. We'll do this panel again with Bryan as well. Thank you both for joining us. Fox Weather hurricane expert Bryan Norcross, as well as Matthew Rosencrans there, meteorologist with NOAA.